Hello friends, welcome to GST Mitra Kannada YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you the demonstration of Saral GST software for the purpose of reconciliation of GSTR2A with book entries. Those who are all watching for the first time, please like and subscribe my channel and don't forget to click on bell icon to get video updates as soon as I publish them. Here we go. So as you can see, this is a home screen of Saral GST software. So by the looks of it, it looks very attractive and easy on the eye. So there aren't many options piled up on the home screen. So it is very easy to identify what are the things we want. So today we are going to check out two-way comparison with book entries. So basically in here, as you can see, they have given GSTR2 entry screen which represent book entries, and similarly GSTR2A download which represents 2A data downloaded from GST portal. So I have already inserted the data into GSTR2 for the month of March. So GSTR2 is a book entry, so I have inserted 141 B2B entries and 14 credit notes. On the other hand, if we go to the home screen and go to GSTR2A download from the portal, we have got 143 entries of B2B and 11 credit notes. So if we go to the compare screen, you can see two comparisons here. So one is monthly comparison and other is yearly comparison. For now I'll show you the comparison of 2A monthly. So based on the entries, we have 141 B2B as well as 143 downloaded entries. So if we go to the compare screen, so here we can find here 143 entries, which represents the number of entries in B2B of GSTR2A. So basically, just by doing this, they have already bifurcated the data depending on what we have entered and what's there in portal. So among the our entries in the books and GSTR2A, there are around 50 entries which are exactly matching. So it is categorized in matched category. Okay, so all these entries are matching. So in the step 2, they have given as invoice number mismatch, where your entry and your vendor entry, there is a difference in the invoice number, as you can see here. So they say that the green entry is our entry, that is books entry, and the red entry belongs to our vendor. So our vendor, for the in this case, our vendor has given the invoice number starting with 3 zeros and followed by 1078. However, we have considered it as 1078. So there is a difference between the only the invoice number. The rest of the things are exactly matching, as you can see here. So this is categorized into invoice number mismatching. So how to correct this? So Saral GST is providing an option where the entries will be automatically corrected by the software once you perform some actions. So in this case, I have to correct my entry of 1078 with the number provided by my vendor. So what I'll do, I'll just select that entry and accept it. So after accepting, you can notice that a flag is set as accept, then save it. By doing this, this invoice number, so the count changed from 3 to 2. So this invoice moved from here, and now the count of the match category will increase by 1. So as you can see, it increased from 50 to 51. So that invoice is moved here. In the same way that the invoice is also corrected in our book entries also. So to check that, what I'll do is I'll go to GSTR2 entry screen and I'll just check if whatever the value accepted, it is now corrected in my book entries or not. So if you look over here, so you can notice the invoice number 0001078. So previously we have entered it as 1078. So our vendor has given 0001078. So it is been corrected as per our vendor entry. And to identify it, so they have given the color differentiation here. So red color represents the correction done in two-way comparison. Similarly, if it is a yellow color, it represents the correction done with respect to GSTR2B. Let's go back to the comparison screen now. So similarly, there are other two invoices that needs invoice number mismatch that needs to be corrected. So we'll go ahead with this. So we'll select both invoices and we'll accept them. So these invoices are now moved to match category. If you move to the match category, as you can see, the count is increasing. So next step would be we'll have to go to mismatch category. As you can see, there are many invoices that are mismatching. So what is the difference between invoice number mismatch and the step 5 mismatch? So invoice number mismatch will only bifurcate the differences of invoice number. However, mismatch category will show you the differences in dates, values, taxes, taxable value. So everything else, the mismatches in the value will show in mismatch step. Okay. So as you can see, there are many mismatches over here. So some of them are difference in round up, some of them are pretty big differences. So as you can see here, we have made a mistake and we have entered the total invoice value of 7 rupees. So all these things are showing difference. So they have, wherever the differences are, they are highlighting those columns in orange color. So it will be easy for us to identify here. And also they are giving the difference option here. So wherever the difference is, what is the difference amount they are showing here. So what I'm gonna do is, I don't want to accept the invoices which has huge differences like what you can see here, like 400, 59,000. So I want to accept only the invoices which has a difference of 1 rupee and below. So what I'll do for this is I'll go to round off settings here. So I'll set the round off value, bill value as 1, taxable value as 1. Sorry, I intended to enter 1, it went into 100, but I have corrected it now. So I'll save this. So what this means is, if the differences in the bill value, so that is bill value means invoice value, if the difference is 1 rupee and if the difference in taxable value is within 1 rupee and taxes is within 1 rupee, it should auto correct, like match on its own. So what I'll do is I'll save the settings. Later I'll use this option, the match nearest. Okay, so as you can see here, the match nearest option will perform the matching function with respect to the round off settings we have set here. So I have set it, as you saw before, I have set it as 1 rupee for bill value, taxable value as well as taxes. So let's check how it works. So I'll tick mark here. So mismatch values will be moved to matched if round off applicable. So they are saying the same thing what I just explained. I'll click on OK. So now within a click they have moved those invoices. Now if you come here, you can notice all the invoices which had a difference of 1 rupee or less, it has been moved to matched. remaining invoices which had a difference of more than 1 rupees are still here. Okay, so since it's a mistake from my part, so there I would accept this invoice. So similarly, as in invoice number mismatch, if we select accept and save this entry, so our entry which is wrong in this case would be overwritten with our vendor entry. So it will avoid the us the work of doing it manually. So the software will do it for us. So I'll save this. So now that invoice is moved to match. Similarly, remaining things, so there is a differences which if you want you can accept, or you can check with your vendor like what why was there a difference, and if there is any case in your part, mistake on your part, you can accept it. So for just for now, what I'll do is I'll select all the invoices and accept all the invoices in one go. So there is a function for that here. So you don't have to do one by one. So this will be problematic for the customers who has more than 1,000 entries. They cannot accept each invoice at a time, so it will save time for them. So what I'll do is I'll select all, then accept. So the flag is set as accept. Now save them. So this option performs that matching option in bulk. So all these invoices in a mismatch category will now show in match category. However, the count is not increasing here. The reason for that is that the screen is not updated. So what we'll do is we'll click on get count. So now as you can see, the screen is updated. Now you can see 127 invoices. So are matching exactly. Okay. So far we have what we have done is we have done mismatches in terms of invoice number and values. The next step would be to identify them manually. So far as the software concerned, it will only identify if there is some matching pattern with them. So software will compare RICO with up to 95% accuracy. So remaining 5% we have to do them manually. For that, we have to go to match by miss by as underscore vendor. Okay. So in here, as you can see, they are showing the two screen so next to each other. So missed by us, what it says is that this particular invoices are uploaded by our vendor, but we have not taken them in our books. So and the right side, the missed by vendor records, it shows that we have entered the these invoices in our books, but same entries are not identified in the 2A download. So there might be cases that what we have entered and what the vendor has uploaded, there is a differences. So the software is not able to identify those entries. So we have to do that manually. So for to do that manually, what I'll do is I'll just sort it with respect to taxable value. So as you can notice here, so this vendor, so he has uploaded, but the invoice number which he has given to us and what he has uploaded in the portal, it's quite different. As you can see, the invoice number, there is a difference, and there is a difference in bill value as well. So if there is a difference in only invoice number, it would show in invoice number mismatch. Since there is a difference between invoice number as well as a bill value, so they are not, software is not identifying this, and it is showing in respective categories. So what we'll do, we'll select the appropriate entry from missed by us and select our entry so that it will be manually overwritten and moved to match. So what I'll do, I'll just select one by one and save it. So now this invoices is moved and the count is also decreasing. Similarly, the next value would be 713. Okay, so this and this both are matching. So what I would do, I'll select this invoice and save it. So there are few other invoices which has the similarity, so I'll have to do this action multiple times. So this looks similar here. So this is the same invoice, we'll accept them. So the one cons of this software is they have not given the option to select multiple invoices at the same time. We have to save them one by one. For me, since I have very few differences, it's easy. So maybe if there are like a thousand of entries, it would be little difficult to scroll up and down to identify those mismatches. But overall, it's a good function. So I'll do this. Here it looks same. Yes, both are same invoices. There are few more invoices like that. We'll go ahead and do this. So next invoice. Okay, 610610. Okay, I think I have cleared all those invoices now. So the count, we'll have to check the count now. So it's increased. Okay, now there are only 5 invoices in missed by us. So what missed by us is that the vendor has shown in his 2A, but we have missed them. So even after manually finding out, these 5 invoices are still missing. So if you think this is a invoice we you have received, but in the book entries you have missed it somehow. So in such case, if you want to take this entries into your book, you don't need to manually go and enter in GSTR2. You can directly come here and select which are entries which you need, and you can accept and save them like how we did in mismatches and inverse number mismatch. This will automatically get moved into your books. So I'm doing for the one of the invoice. So as you can see that invoice is moved to match now. So count is 138. Similarly, if you go to missed by vendor, you can notice that there are 3 invoices that are missed by vendor. However, what happened in this case is this particular invoice we have taken it in March. However, our vendor they have uploaded in the month of February. So here the invoice found in a month shows that tracking. Okay, tracking of invoice. So similarly, the same invoice we have uploaded in March, they have taken it in July. So overall, now the reconciliation is 100%. So we can go ahead with doing GSTR3B with these values now. So, if you have any doubts or if you have any concerns on this part, please leave a comment so that I can clarify that in the future video or the right there in the comment. So thank you for the staying till the end of this video. This is one of the longest video I have done so far. So I really appreciate you staying till the end. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.